Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you're all well. In today's video we have another PlayStation 5, this time a PlayStation 5 digital, which has no power. So as I say, when you try to power this PS5 up, what happens is absolutely nothing. So no beep, no lights, nothing at all. One thing I have noticed on the back is the USB port is completely damaged, right? So there's probably some pins touching there, which might be causing the issue. But what we're going to do is let's take the PS5 apart and then have a measure of some of the voltages and see what's going on. It's quite dusty. And it has already been opened. Right, so let me fast forward through this bit and let's get it open. Right, so there we have it open. There did look to be on the fan, that looks to me like water damage, right? So some kind of liquid looks like has been spilt in the fan, because then you can see along here there's a little bit of corrosion, which might have something to do with our issue as well. The actual PCB here looks to be a little bit discoloured, so we need to check that out. But first things first, let's just make sure we've got some initial standby voltages going into the PS5. So let's bring up our multimeter and then let's plug in some power again. And then let's check our voltages. Right, so obviously first things first, put your black probe somewhere on ground and then just check to see if you've got 12 volts coming in, which you have down here. Let's check our usual places to see if we've got 5 volts. Yep, we've got 5 volts up there. And have we got 3 volts here? 3.3, yes we do, good. Now I'm guessing the voltages around here are not going to be correct because that USB port is damaged. So let's have a look. So we've got 5 volts on either side of F7002, which is good. So we've got all of our initial voltages around here. So what we're going to do is flip out the motherboard and have a look to see what's been going on the other side of the motherboard. Right, so looking at the motherboard, generally it looks okay. A little bit of corrosion down here, a little bit of corrosion over there. I can't see what, if anything, what work has already been carried out on here so far, as in hence why was it opened? Not sure. Can't see any flux residue anywhere. This area here is a bit concerning because, as you can see on the camera, it's discoloured, which means heat, right? So normally when you see discolouring like that, it's because of a heat issue. Now that may not necessarily be the cause of the problem, but we just need to make sure that we are making sure the fan and everything is working and all the liquid metal is put back on correctly so the cooling is working. That SSD controller hasn't been replaced. I don't think the south bridge has been replaced. But what I do want to do is around here, these USB ports, they're the power supplies for the USB ports. I'm just going to quickly check to see if there's any shorts around there. So we're going to pop our multimeter into continuity mode, grab our probes and just buzz around here. All right, see if there's any shorts. No, there's not, which is good. What I'm going to check is just here to see if the APU shorts, which it's not. Oh, that's not the only way of checking, but it's one way of checking. So we don't have any shorts around that power supply. Don't have any shorts around these power supplies down here. Let's just quickly check our fuses as well. That fuse is good. That fuse is good. And we've got a couple down here. That fuse is good. Just make sure I got that properly. Yep, that fuse is good. And then that fuse is good. Right, so most of our fuses are good. So nothing to worry there with fuses. I do, as you can see, right, on this USB port, right, you can kind of see it there. I do wonder if that is actually causing the issue. So I'll quickly whip off that USB port. But before I do that, we're just going to add some power to the motherboard and see what we get from a boot sequence point of view. So quickly connecting up our bench power supply, making sure we've got our polarities around the right way, which we do. Give it 12 volts of power, and we see it jump up to 300 milliamps and then back down again. Right, so that boot sequence looks okay. Right, so we need to change it anyhow. Let's get that port taken off and see if we've still got an issue then. So first off, we apply a little bit of leaded solder to all the pins just to make it a little bit easier. And then removing the nozzle from our heat gun, we apply the full heat and then just prop up the motherboard just so the port falls out easily. Right, so with that faulty USB port removed, I'm literally just going to quickly pop the motherboard back in and see if we get any response from the motherboard at all. All right, I'm not going to do up any screws. I'm literally just going to give it some power and see if we get anything at all now. I will put my hand on there just to make sure the APU is on the heatsink. See what we get. Nothing. Still nothing. Okay, not a problem. So we know the USB port wasn't causing the actual issue, which is fine, but it did need to be replaced anyhow. Right, so let's whip out the motherboard again and have a closer look under the microscope to see what is going on. Right, so under the microscope, let's have a quick look around the motherboard to see, obviously that's the USB port that we removed, to see if there's anything which looks a little bit weird. I don't think that south bridge has been replaced. I think that's just a bit of a mark on there, but I don't think the south bridge has been replaced. The BIOS looks original as well. There's some corrosion I spoke about earlier. Has that been replaced? There's some flux around there by that dialog IC. And that capacitor there doesn't look very straight. So this one there, so I wonder if that's been replaced. Anything else that jumps out at us? I don't think so. Oh, there's some flux there. Yeah. There's some flux I think, next to that SBV IC. Check that out as well. All this down here looks good. Just spin around on the other side. Let's have a look. Back of the south bridge. There might be some flux there, it's hard to tell. See it there in the light? I think that might be some flux. So, when we have a PS5 that's already had work done to it, the best thing to do, to be honest, is just hook it up to UART and see if we've got any error codes. So let me do that and see what error codes we get from UART. So with our UART connected, we got error code C0020303, which is basically APU not responding. So that's not a good code, right? Because that means obviously there's an issue, either an issue with the APU or the voltage is going to the APU. I have seen this once before though, and it turned out to be a corrupted BIOS, right? So when you initially power up the PlayStation, obviously lots of things happen, but one of the things happens is the BIOS will kick into life and then do a check. If the BIOS doesn't react, then you're going to get responses like APU not responding because it just fails to boot. So it's a bit of a long shot, but what I'm going to try and do is actually just reset the BIOS on this PS5 and see where that takes us. So simply remove the BIOS IC and then pop it into the programmer. I've got a blank BIOS version for the digital PlayStation, which I'm just loading on here. What you didn't see me do off camera, I actually changed the serial number to match the actual serial number of this PS5 before I reprogrammed it. And then we solder the BIOS chip back on and give it a test. Right, so with that BIOS reflashed and replaced, do we get any response at all? Yes, we do. We get a blue light. Fantastic. I'm not going to let this run up all the way because I haven't got the clamp on properly. So let's put the USB port back on and then we can actually put everything back together and start testing it properly. So early on you probably would have seen me removing the solder from the holes in the motherboard for the USB port. So adding the replacement USB port's really simple. Just pop in the port, hold it in place and add the solder to the pins and then give everything a good cleanup. Removing the UART reader and then generally giving the motherboard a bit of a cleanup, especially where you've seen some corrosion. And then obviously refreshing the liquid metal, making sure that's all nice and evenly spread across the die and obviously where the liquid metal is on the heatsink as well. So giving everything a general cleanup, right? This one was pretty dirty. There was some moisture inside as part of this black plastic casing. So use some isopropyl alcohol, which then disperses any liquid to give everything a good cleanup. Again, what I mentioned earlier, making sure the liquid metal is nice and spread even, adding the APU clamp, and then putting everything back together with the amazing 44 screws that Sony decided to use in the PS5. So going around, I like to, when I add these screws back on, I go across to make sure the actual metal plate is sitted evenly, which then helps with the heat distribution from the ICs on the board. And then add in, obviously put in a new fan. The old fan that came out of this was pretty badly corroded. I think that's where obviously where the liquid entered the console, and then making sure everything is nicely put back together again. Right, so that's everything put back together. Let's give it some power and an HDMI cable and see what we've got. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Got a blue flashing light. And there we have it, a display on the screen. Brilliant, perfect. So I'll finish giving this a clean up, but thanks very much for watching the video. This isn't guaranteed to always fix that error code that we saw on UART. I've only noticed it a couple of times and it's worked. Other times it doesn't work as well. So bear that in mind. It's just if you're going to get lucky or not, I suppose, if the BIOS is frozen, and it is actually that's stopping the APU from coming alive. So as I say, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving us a thumbs up. It very much does help us out, and we're posting videos each and every week now. So take care of yourselves. Speak to you all again soon. Bye bye for now.